Shalom, Kahal Yam La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Baharachak Kodash, double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of GMS who rule well, who I learned the truth from, and salutations and blessings to you elect, starting with 144,000. So this video is called, Has America Ever Psy-Oped its own citizens? And that's a question that I asked ChatGPT, and the short answer is yes. The US government and military have used psychological operation, that's what a psyop is, a psychological operation on domestic populations at various times, sometimes covertly, sometimes in gray areas. And it's going to outline certain ones, right? The first one is COINTELPRO, FBI's counterintelligence program aimed at US activists, civil rights leaders, and political groups used disinformation, forged letters, and psychological tactics to sow distrust and break up movements like the Black Panthers, anti-war activists, and even Martin Luther King Jr. Operation Mockingbird alleged a CIA program still debated in full scope to influence domestic and foreign media, involved recruiting journalists or using front organizations to shape public opinion during the Cold War. Though mainly focused abroad, some influence on U.S. citizens occurred through media narratives. And there's a guy called, I forget his name, Bertrand Russell, right? He's known as the father of public influence, okay? And he was also a father of propaganda, I believe. But his title was public. Is it public influence, or there's a different word? I forget the word exactly. I forget the word, but it's to do with the public, obviously, right? So this guy understood, and he said, "Look, you can shape the influences and the thoughts of people, their goals, their desires, what they think is important, what they think is not important. You can shape all that. You can pretty much shape society." Number 3 is MK Ultra, right? CIA mind control experiments using LSD, hypnosis, right? Which hypnosis is big, man. That's all the media is hypnosis, right? The TV shows, the movies, right? From the magazines, the commercials, the reality shows. It's all a mass hypnosis, right? These are actually real techniques that they use, right? It says, and psychological manipulation on unwitting U.S. citizens. Many subjects were not told they were part of the experiments. This was an extreme case of psychological and ethical abuse, okay? Now, number 5 is social media and information control, and this is the time we're in. Right? The scriptures say in Daniel 12, knowledge shall be increased, right? But just because you know some things, it doesn't mean it's the right information, right? Or AKA wisdom, right? If you're in this ministry, we know we want to deal with wisdom, right? Knowledge is good, but there's all kinds of knowledge. There's left-hand knowledge, there's right-hand knowledge, right? You want to know things and learn things that are pertinent to salvation, to connect with the simplicity of Yahweh Shai, right? You want to know about things that concern, the coming wedding, right? So it says allegations and evidence suggest that both government and private contractors have engaged in perception management. What does that mean? They are shifting your perception. Again, telling you what is important, what is not important, what's crazy, what's not crazy. And it's literally, hold on, it's literally, I was going to get that, but let me get this, because this scripture just popped in my head. All right? It's literally turning things upside down, man. Isaiah 29 and 15, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? And in this society, biblical concepts, they're turned upside down. They're made to be revolted and to looked at with disgust. While meanwhile you have bestiality that's legal in Canada. You have certain laws that are just completely bugged out, and you people's perception is completely bugged out, right? What a woman is, what a woman. I'm not gonna say too much more, but these girls that go to school, they got to play the field. And then when they're 18, when they're about to be turning 18, they're already getting ready to go on OF. They're 16, 17, and they're 18, and they're ready to go to OF, because that's a new trend. Women getting ran through with 500 plus men, 1,000 men in one day, right? But patriarchy is so wicked and evil. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, man. So it says perception management, man. That's a big thing. That's a huge thing. That's a mass psyop. That's a hypnosis tactic, right? Social media monitoring and even bot campaigning to influence public opinion. Okay? Some of this blurs the line between foreign and domestic psyops. What is a psyop? Psychological operations aim to influence emotions, motives, reasoning, or behavior. This is why people come with debates, and they're already programmed. They're like the agents in the Matrix, like when you watch that movie, right? Regular people walking, right? There's people walking, all of a sudden the agent can just switch and turn into that person. These people are already agents for the beast, for the system, because they're already programmed, man. Your emotions, how you operate. First of all, you're not emotionally intelligent. Once somebody makes you feel uneasy, or maybe have offended you, you just completely crash out. A lot of people crash out when they go before the court. The judge ain't playing. Hits the gavel, say, yo. He's not even talking to you. He's not even telling you to shut up. He's telling the lawyer, yo, tell your client, to be quiet, or else I'm gonna hold him in contempt. They might get the bailiff to come and escort your ass out. Next case, you gotta wait another 2-3 months. He's not playing, right? Because people are emotionally unintelligent, man. They feel the feeling of anger or worry or scare or fear, and they're letting that dictate their actions. So often without the target knowing. Of course, I'm going to read it again. Psychological operations aim to influence emotions, motives, reasoning, or behavior, often without the target knowing. In military terms, it's mostly meant for enemy populations, but history shows it's been turned inward at times. And of course, you're living in a psyop, in a constant psyop, because yes, it outlines certain things, certain psyops that happen, MK Ultra and COINTELPRO, but you are living under multiple psyops, man. You from the time you consume any kind of media, right? Any kind of whatever it is, this place is aiming to shift your perception of what is real, what is good for you, what is not. Eat the bugs. You people are being programmed to eat the bugs. Stay away from meat. The cows are farting too much. The ice is melting. Meanwhile, they already have information that they have weather modification technology. This is Psalms 36 and 1 NLT. Since sin whispers to the wicked, deep within their hearts, they have no fear of the Most High at all. In their blind conceit, they cannot see how wicked they really are. So they're just in it. They're locked in, man. Okay, you people are talking about Instagram. Lock in. Yeah, I'm on my diet. I got my meal preps. I'm in the gym. Nah, these motherfuckers are locked in, destroying life. Okay? They're destroying life, man. It says, verse 3, everything they say is crooked and deceitful. They refuse to act wisely or do good. They lie awake at night. What are they doing at night? Are they playing bingo? Are they watching Friends? No, man. These are their life is just night and day compared to us. We can't even fathom, what kind of treatment they get from people, what kind of subjection and servitude, from the time they're boys and girls and they grow up in these different families and dynasties, right? What are they doing at night? Okay, they have their estates. You just got acres and acres of field. Okay, their backyard is a forest. They're committing wicked acts, man. Right? They're practicing their craft. Right? It says they lie awake at night hatching sinful plots. Their actions are never good. They make no attempt to turn from evil. Okay? So, anyway, I hope you're edified with that. Shalom.